What if I told you that the money you're currently spending on insurance premiums, money you've already written off as an expense, could actually become one of your most powerful wealth-building assets? Sounds impossible, right? But thousands of financially savvy people are already using a proven strategy to turn their insurance into a long-term profit center. Most people see insurance as a necessary expense. You pay for it every year, hoping you never have to use it. But in the back of your mind, you know the truth. If nothing happens, that money is gone forever. It feels like a financial drain, an unavoidable cost that eats away at your savings. But what if you could change that? What if, instead of being just another expense, your insurance could become a self-funding investment? A system that protects your family, grows your wealth, and even creates a financial legacy without requiring you to keep paying out of pocket forever. Insurance doesn't have to be just a cost. It can be an asset, a tool that not only secures your future, but actively contributes to your financial growth. And when structured correctly, it ensures that your premiums don't just disappear every year, but start working for you, paying for themselves, and building wealth over time. Most people are stuck in what I call the protection paradox. The more coverage you take, the more money you feel like you're wasting. The more you pay, the less you have left for savings and investments. If you're lucky enough to never make a claim, all the money you've paid is lost forever. That's the reason people hesitate to take the right insurance coverage. It feels like an endless cycle of spending, with no financial benefit, unless something bad happens. Now imagine a different reality. What if your insurance could be structured in a way that after a certain period, you never had to pay for it again? What if instead of your money disappearing every year, it started funding your future? That's exactly what the Financial Fortress formula does. It's a strategic way to turn insurance into an investment that pays for itself over time. Let me explain it in the simplest way possible. Think of your insurance as a necessary cost, just like rent, electricity, or fuel. Now imagine if your monthly rent payments eventually turned into a down payment for your own house. Or if every liter of petrol you bought came with a cashback that, over time, paid for a new car. That's the same shift in thinking that happens when you implement this strategy. Instead of just paying premiums and getting nothing in return, we pair insurance with a strategic investment approach. By combining systematic investment plans with term and health insurance, we create a system where your investments start paying for your protection. At first, you contribute to both your SEP and your insurance. But over time, your SIP compounds, and the returns start covering your future premiums. By year 8 or 10, you reach a point where your SAPE earnings can fully fund your insurance costs. You remain protected, but now you're no longer paying from your pocket. And by year 15 or 20, your investment is not just covering your premiums. It's generating additional wealth that you can use for other financial goals. This means that instead of insurance being a money drain, it becomes a long-term wealth-building tool. Instead of wondering if you're wasting money on premiums, you know that your plan is working for you. Your family is secure, your investments are growing, and your future is protected without the stress of rising premiums. Now, let's talk about why this strategy is so powerful. One of the biggest mental roadblocks when it comes to insurance is the feeling of loss. You're paying large sums of money, and unless something unfortunate happens, you get nothing in return. This makes people hesitant to invest in adequate coverage, leaving their families at risk. But with this approach, you don't have to feel that way. You're not just paying for protection, you're building wealth in the process. Let's go back to Rajesh's story. He was spending 12,000 rupees per month on multiple insurance policies. That's 1.5 lakh rupees a year. Every year, he paid his premiums and felt like he was just burning cash. He was frustrated. He knew he needed coverage, but it felt like an endless expense with no return. That's when I introduced him to this strategy. Instead of just paying for insurance, we set up an SIP alongside it. For the first few years, he contributed regularly. His SIP kept growing, and after 8 years, his returns were enough to cover his insurance costs. By year 12, he had built a corpus that would fund his premiums indefinitely. He was no longer paying out of pocket. His investment had taken over the burden of his premiums, And by the time he reached year 20, he had an additional financial cushion worth lakhs of rupees. Think about what this means for you. Instead of seeing money leave your account every year with no return, you could be building a financial fortress that keeps you insured while creating wealth at the same time. And this isn't just for Rajesh. This works for anyone who follows a structured, disciplined approach. It doesn't matter if you're investing 2,000 rupees per month or 20,000. This system works at any scale. Now let's address the cost of inaction. If you continue seeing insurance as just another bill, you will always feel like you're losing money. But those who use this strategy will have lifetime protection without financial stress. They will let their investments cover their premiums automatically. They will build wealth while staying insured. Think about the alternative. If you don't use this strategy, you will keep paying higher insurance premiums every year. You will never get back the money you spend on protection. You will miss out on an opportunity to turn a recurring cost into a long-term asset. Insurance doesn't have to be a cost. It can be the foundation of your financial security. Imagine being in a position where you never have to worry about your insurance payments again, where your investments are covering your costs, and you have the peace of mind that comes with knowing your future is secured. This strategy isn't about spending more. It's about spending smarter. Instead of allowing insurance to drain your wealth, you make it work for you. You take control of your financial future, ensuring that every rupee you spend is contributing to long-term security and financial freedom. The smartest investors don't just buy insurance, they turn it into an asset. They use strategies that ensure every rupee they spend is working for them. If you want to learn exactly how to set this up for yourself, I've built a WhatsApp community where I share real-time insights, financial strategies, and step-by-step implementation support to help you turn your insurance into an investment. Inside the community, you'll get specialized calculators to model this strategy for your specific situation. You'll see real case studies showing how others have applied this system successfully. You'll receive expert guidance to ensure you build a financial fortress that lasts. Click the link in